Hi everyone, it's Alexandra. Hope you're having a beautiful day. So today's video is lineage healing. And I've been thinking a lot about lineage recently and thinking about my lineage, my parents, my grandparents, thinking about Brian's lineage, his parents, his grandparents, and how it all plays in together for us and our dynamic, and then also how it plays in with our children and what's been passed on to them. And, you know, when I'm thinking about lineage, there's beautiful gifts and things that we have received from our lineage, our ancestors. And there is also some toxicity, whether that is physical toxicity. We have heavy metals and plastics and poor nutrition and just a lot of physical toxicity that is passed down from one generation to the next. And if it doesn't get cleared out, it just keeps, passing on. They're showing that, moms can pass heavy metals and you can get heavy metals from your mom, and it's just kind of crazy about how much environmental toxins are passed down to us, which impact every aspect of our body. And then there's emotional. There's been studies that I've read and I don't know the details of it. I'm not a detailed person on that, but the studies of showing that emotional it's kind of like our emotional DNA is passed down from generation to generation. So whatever our emotional state of our grandparents, our great grandparents, our parents, like all of it is just passed down to us as well. So we take that on, the good and the not so good and the trauma and all of that. So I've just been really kind of trying to hold all of it, gratitude, and then also seeing the toxicity that may have been passed down to me and then what I can do about it. And I think this is really heroic work as well, because I think we don't really want to, I don't know. I mean, some people have super awesome, like perfect families and everything's great, but I think there's always something in families somewhere along the lineage that isn't so awesome. And sometimes we want to push it away of like, oh, that's not me. That's not how I am. But I think when we really sit with it and we look like, how might have that impacted me? How am I like that? I think we can start seeing our light and our dark that has been passed down to us. And then we can actually step back and look and see what feels like truly authentically ours. And I think the healing of the lineage is peeling away the dark and some of the trauma and toxicity so that we can return to our true essence, into our true authentic selves. So I don't think this is work for the faint of heart, because I think you really need to do a deep dive into yourself. And on all these levels, I mean, physically detoxing, emotionally detoxing, there's a lot to uncover. So I think sometimes when we get into this journey, we're like, wow, I feel like there's like layers and layers and layers, and there are layers and layers and layers. I think that's like, it's like the onion, you peel and you keep getting down, down, down until you get into your essence. I think that for me is the authentic hero's journey, is really what it's all about, is to get to that. When I was like 19, I was like, I'm going to write a book or start a retreat center that's called Return to Me, because there was this feeling of I had so much of other people's stuff on different levels in society. And I just was like, I just want to return to me. Like there was like this desire to connect to my essence. So I have a few quotes I want to read. One of them, let me see here, is Thich Nhat Hanh, which I love him. He says, if you look deeply into the palm of your hand, you will see your parents and all generations of your ancestors. All of them are alive in this moment. Each is present in your body. You are the continuation of each of these people. And I love that quote. I mean, I think we can look at it and be like, ee, or we can look at it and be like, yay. There might be a mix of emotion. But what I really like about that is that, like looking deeply into the palm of your hand, like really honoring the lineage that you came from, because that's where you came from. As Byron Katie says, you don't want to argue with reality, and you want to be grateful because the lineage is why you are here, and that's why we're alive. So there's gratitude. And then his other quote, which I'm going to share now, is, breathing in, I see all of my ancestors in me. My mineral ancestors, plant ancestors, mammal ancestors, and human ancestors. My ancestors are always present, alive in every cell of my body, and I play a part in their immortality. I love that. That's just like the unity, kind of everything's connected, and their immortality. So I think as we are looking at healing our lineage, there's this, we're not only healing ourselves, but we're healing our ancestors. We're healing that lineage, and there is a piece of them in us that we can, when we claim our power and our sovereignty, that we then heal that cycle. And there is that immortality. And then not only do we heal it for ourselves, we heal it for them, for all of our ancestors, for the whole world. And then if we have children, we also heal it for them. Like there's a level of transcending, is transcending the right word? Transcending our lineage. No, I would say it's embodying and healing our lineage. Transcending maybe the trauma and the dark maybe, but it's really this is a complex idea I'm trying to share because there's so many different layers. But I personally love the immortality thing. Like it feels I can see the work that I'm doing isn't just for me. It's for my ancestors, for my lineage, and then it's also for my children and for their children and their children. And the work that I do today impacts their life and their children's life, and then it impacts the world moving forward. So for me, it's just a beautiful spiraling up and healing. So those are kind of my thoughts on that, the healing the lineage, which can be dark and challenging and confronting. Yet I really feel empowered when I look at it from this framework of really, I feel like it gives it purpose, you know, because I definitely have felt overwhelmed with, physically, I've had some challenges throughout my life, and Brian has had some challenges physically and emotionally. You know, there's just stuff that we kind of have to work through. And for me, this lens of healing the lineage really empowers me. For myself, and to see it in a broader picture, and then also to get to work and to really know that this is the deep transformative stuff, and every step that I take, I am impacting myself, my family, the community, the world, and I'm making a difference by doing this work. So that is the video for today, talking about healing the lineage on all levels, and really just taking a look at your lineage, feeling grateful, seeing where you might need some work, where are some of your dark spots, what needs some extra healing and love and forgiveness and kindness, and where can you kind of step up and be even more heroic and more powerful and, like I said, more sovereign, and yeah, just rise up and break some of the negative cycles that maybe have been passed on to you, so that you can bring more light and radiance and joy into the world, and really like have your soul force just be shining so bright, because there's such a clear flow. Not a lot of toxicity, just clear life force flow. So we're going for. All right. Sending you lots of love and blessings. Mwah.